And all you have to realize is all you're ever experiencing is your state of consciousness, and you can allow yourself to experience joy. You can trust in joy. You don't have to harass yourself with stress and nervousness and worry and concern and overwhelm. You don't have to put yourself in any of those states,
Mm-hmm.
and live in peace and harmony and watch everything in your life work out perfectly.
I love it. I absolutely love it. I love learning from you and listening. It's been great. So I'm going to turn this over to you in a minute.
Okay.
Everybody, it's kind of just the way it was last week. If you're looking to talk with us, oh, let me get somebody else is coming in right now. If you're looking to talk with Bob tonight, you know, he loves the comments and loves to get everybody involved as much as possible. So in your chat window, just let us know, you know, if you're interested in talking, and we will get you on, get your questions answered. And I hope everybody enjoys the class. So I'll just turn it over to Bob.
Okay, so I'm going to start out by asking, is there anybody who's dealing with something they would like us to look at? Is there anybody dealing with something in their lives, a challenge, an opportunity that you would like to look at to begin things? I'll give you a few moments to come up with that notion. It's your chance to get your issue completely focused on, to get the Lancer answer.
Okay, so Bob, do you see that comment there in the chat window at all?
Okay, I would like to, so should I press on that window there? Is that what I do?
Yeah, let's see. I'm gonna make you.
Okay, I would like to work on my fear around finances.
There you go.
Okay, so, you know, I want everybody to consider if you have a fear about anything, right? Maybe you have a fear that if you move, you're going to be in a worse situation than you are now. Or maybe you fear that if somebody moves out of where you live, you're going to be in a worse situation. Or maybe you fear that if you don't get a job, something's going to go wrong. Or if you do get a job, something's going to go wrong. I want you to recognize that fear is how we create what we fear. Okay, in order for you to be afraid, if you have any fear, let's say around finances, okay, that means that you're giving a lot of power to money. You're saying money has the power to make me happy, and money has to make me safe, and money has the power to make me free. And you're going to hear a lot of the, you know, sort of positive thinking, millionaire mindset, fake gurus out there who tell you, oh, money is great. Money is power. Money is freedom. Money is security. Money is nothing but a pile of paper, right? I know people with well over a $10 million net worth who are depressed, worried, suicidal, considering antidepressants, considering checking themselves into a mental institution. Why? Because money has no power to make you happy. Money has no power to make you secure. Money has no power to make you safe. Money has no power to make you free, right? So we give this power to money, and we think, I can't feel free, I can't feel safe, I can't feel secure without the money, right? And you can switch money for anything you want. A relationship, right? If this person leaves, oh, it'll be terrible if this person leaves. If this person doesn't leave, oh, that'll be terrible if that's. And we project outward. We give all of our power to what appears to be external circumstances, right? So when you're worried about money, you're basically saying money's in charge. You know, money will make me happy. Money will make you sad. And then if you get the money, you'll find that the money has no power to make you happy, no power to make you free, and no power to make you safe, right? The only way that you can feel free and safe and powerful and positive is to put yourself in that state now, in the circumstances that you're in, and to let go of the circumstances in your mind that make you feel anxious or insecure or unwhole or unhappy, right? What you're learning is the art of creating with your state of consciousness. Your state of consciousness is what you want to focus on. How you're feeling is what you want to focus on. If you're not feeling really good, you got to look at, what am I doing to take myself out of feeling really good? If I'm not feeling safe, what am I doing to keep myself from feeling safe? Not what's going on outside me that I need to fix in order to be safe, but how am I making myself feel unsafe? How am I making myself feel insecure? How am I making myself feel unhappy? And until you take your consciousness in hand, until you make the decision, I'm going to work on my consciousness. I'm going to stop imagining that external circumstances has the power to make me feel anything. I'm going to concentrate on my state of consciousness, and that's where the method comes in, right? If you're feeling anxious or insecure, it's not because you're going to be moving to another place. It's not because your bank account is at a low state. It's because you have some kind of traumatic pattern that's being triggered off inside of you, and you have this deep programming that tells you, I got to change the outer in order to feel better within. And what we know from experience is the exact opposite. You keep worrying about money, and you're going to manifest the problems you're worried about. If you imagine that you're going to have a really tough summer because your swimming pool is broken, guess what? You're going to have a really tough summer, and you're already having a tough summer, and it could be December. Whatever you project into your future, you're giving yourself right now. So when you project, when you're feeling unsafe or insecure about finances, right? What is going on? You're imagining yourself going to the poorhouse or not being able to buy food or whatever it is. And then you're using your creative power. It's every thought you think is creative. You're using your creative power to create the very thing that feels like hell right now. Hell is a place we go to that we take ourselves to, and it's only we who can get free of that place when we decide to take our state of consciousness in hand. Our state of consciousness, your state of being right now is up to you. How do you want to feel right now? Forget about the money. How do you want to feel right now? And as you start working on getting into a harmonious, balanced, happy feeling place, then what you find is a number of positive things happen. Number one, you discover that my experience is what I make it. Whether I have $10 in the bank, $10,000 in the bank, $10 million in the bank, my experience is what I make it. Whether I live here or whether I live there or whether I live elsewhere, my experience is going to be what I make it. No house is going to help you feel any better. No house is going to make you feel any worse. But if you imagine yourself in a house feeling bad, that's what you're creating, right? So you take your consciousness in hand, you make the decision, how do I want to feel? Am I tired of feeling stressed out? Am I tired of feeling like a victim? Am I tired of feeling afraid? Am I tired of feeling unhappy? Am I tired of feeling overwhelmed? Am I tired of living in emotional pain? Okay, you're going to continue living in that state as long as you project the cause outside yourself. So once you accept responsibility for your state, you're halfway home. You're not all the way home because you're still suffering. And that's where the method comes in. And what we do is if you can't simply pay attention to how you feel and drop your stress and drop your negative thinking and just feel really good right where you are and keep yourself in a positive state, if you can't do that, you use the method to set you free of whatever traumatic pattern is in there preventing you from doing it. You know, when it comes to money, people have been programmed from early childhood to worry about money, right? And to think that they never have enough. And the fact is, you'll never have enough money. Like I said, I know someone with a $10 million net worth, and they're not happy people. They're very unhappy people, very troubled people. They go into deep states of depression. They're confused. They have anger issues, right? They have challenges with their child. They don't have agreement when it comes to working with their child. So they have all the money you want, but they probably are more unhappy than you are. So you take your state in hand, and we do the method. So why don't we do that now? I'm gonna, unless somebody else has another question, we're gonna use the method to go into. Let's see. I have another question here, saying when I am anxious, I find it very difficult to get through the method. What helps? Excellent. Okay. So when it's difficult to get through the method, get through it anyway. Even if you're not feeling the feelings, just move through it step by step, because as long as you're making the effort to feel each step, you're going to find it you're able to get through it. And you'll find that even if it seems like you're barely or even not at all feeling the step you're trying to feel, you'll find soon that the method that you went through has some positive impact. There's another meditation that we use to help us to get through the method, and that's the temple meditation. So I think what I'll do then is and that's It doesn't work as well as the method, but it helps us do the method. And sometimes it's all we need. So I'm going to guide you through the temple meditation right now. And I'm going to start by asking you some questions like I did last week. I have some different questions for you to help you to get in touch with any feelings that you're having that need to be resolved. If you have a specific issue, if you want to just focus on the money issue, great. If there's something specific you're anxious about, just work through that feeling. But for anyone who does not have a specific feeling you want to work through right now, I'm going to ask you some questions. Okay, so the first question is, if you have any concern about world events, feel your feelings now. So just open up to your feelings, whatever feelings come up in association with this question. Just notice the feelings that come up. Live in your feelings, live in your state right now. Pay attention to the state that you're in. Feel your feelings fully. If there is any area of your life that you feel frustrated with or disappointed by, feel your feelings now. Just open up to how you feel. If there's any area in your life that you feel frustrated with or disappointed by, feel your feelings now. If you have any fear, worry, or discouragement about your future, feel your feelings now. Just open up to the feelings that come up in association with this question. If you have any fear, worry, or discouragement about your future, feel your feelings now. Next question. If you see yourself or another person as a victim, feel your feelings now. Once again, just stay open to your feelings as you listen to these questions. See if they stir up anything inside of you. Just open up to how you feel, no matter how painful or difficult it might be. If you feel stuck, trapped, blocked, or oppressed, feel your feelings now. Keep feelings. And we're going to soon get to an abundance exercise to answer the question of what should I visualize for abundance. If you're feeling stuck, trapped, blocked, or oppressed, feel your feelings now. Next question. If you regard any aspect of yourself or your life as imperfect, feel your feelings now. If you feel any aspect of yourself or your life as imperfect, feel your feelings now. And the last question, as you continue to stay open to your feelings, if you see your life as inferior to another's, feel your feelings now. Okay, so now you're feeling your feelings. And I'm gonna take you through the method, then we'll go through the temple meditation. I think we need the method for this. So just keep feeling your feelings. All right, now remember, the method is not a visualization exercise. It's a feeling exercise. We're not trying to visualize anything. We use visualization to help us get into the feeling. I want you to get into the feeling right now that you're feeling. Just open to your feelings right now. Feel what you're feeling. And I want you to notice if there was ever a time in your childhood when you had a similar feeling. Just as you continue to feel. As you continue to feel, I want you to notice and see, does this feeling that you're experiencing, does it remind you of a way your mother or father, or both of them, felt when you were a little child? Does it look like maybe this has their signature on it? It's their emotional pattern that you're actually experiencing, a learned emotional pattern that you're actually experiencing. Okay, now what I want you to do is I want you to shift into feeling love for yourself. Feel as much love as you can for yourself right now. Just try to feel love for yourself. So we're not thinking of ourselves. We're not imagining ourselves being wonderful. You're just getting in touch with the feeling of love. It can help you to get in touch with how you feel about your dog, about your children, about your lover, about a former lover. about your parents, about anybody. Get in touch with the feeling of love, but instead of sending it outside, send it inside to you. I want you to feel your feelings of love for yourself. And that feeling of love comes with a sense of commitment, that you're going to treat yourself in a loving way. Treating yourself in a loving way means you're not going to be hard on yourself mentally, emotionally, or physically. Try to feel love for yourself to the best of your ability with just exercising a muscle. Now, the next step is to feel a space opening up inside of you, and feel that space opening and expanding until it's as big as the universe. And then feel yourself stepping inside that space and being filled with divine energy. Feel the energy of the divine filling you up at the core. Whatever you're feeling, just imagine this is God. This is divine energy you're feeling. Feel yourself being filled with divine energy. Feel this divine energy expanding, getting bigger and bigger and bigger until it's as big as the universe. Now feel the whole universe filled with divine energy. Feel divine energy filling your consciousness. All there is divine energy. Just feel it. Rest in that feeling to the best of your ability. Just open up to the feeling of divine energy. Now, I want you to shift into a feeling of being infinitely valuable. Many of us are practiced in the art of feeling devalued and worthless. That's just a state of consciousness. There's nothing to do with how other people relate to you. It's just a state of consciousness. And as you raise your self-value, you'll find other people in the universe treating you as more valuable. It's one of the secrets to making more money. So I want you to just feel the sense, to the best of your ability, feel that you are infinitely valuable. Work on giving yourself this feeling. This is inner work that we're doing. It's the most important work. This is the work that liberates your divine power to create whatever you want in life and to experience all the fulfillment you desire. Feel the sense of being infinitely valued. Now, become aware of one or more of your gifts and talents, something you're naturally good at. I'm good at drumming. I'm good at public speaking. I'm good at writing. I'm good at reading deeply. Right? I'm good at helping people to experience a healing energy coming through me and coming into them. Whatever you're naturally good at, could be baking, could be running, could be yoga, could be meditating, could be reading, could be singing, whatever it is. It's a gift that you have, and that gift defines your life path. And I want you to feel a sense of appreciation for this gift that you have, the things that you're naturally good at. They're gifts, gifts of divine love. Now, I want you to feel the sense of connecting. Let's start by connecting that you're connected to everybody on this webinar. We're all connected right now at a soul level. Try to feel the sense of all of us being connected on an energy level, on a consciousness level, on a soul level. We're all working together here. Now I want you to expand that and feel that our circle right now is connecting to everyone in the universe, to every single person on the planet at a soul level right now is receiving our light and our love and our dedication to our own growth, to our own enlightenment, and to our service to the purpose. Whatever the cosmic purpose is for us relative to the rest of the human race, feel a sense of connecting purposefully with every single one on the planet. If you're in business, think about everybody being your client. If you're looking for, think about everybody being part of your community. If you're feeling alone, feel yourself connect to one in a stable, deep, meaningful way. To the best of your ability, just feel this connection. Now, we're going to shift into the feeling of abundance. So someone said, I have a hard time feeling abundance, not sure what to visualize for. Anything you visualize is limited. You've visualized $100 million, that's limited. Visualize $1 billion, it's limited. So don't visualize. Get into the feeling of being 100% economically liberated so that you have access to the infinite resources of the universe. Feel the sense of infinite divine love as your true source of supply. The infinite power within you, there's no limit to the amount of abundance you can be conscious of. Just feel the sense of being absolute unlimited wealth on a feeling level. Don't try to visualize it. On a feeling level, that you have nothing to be concerned about financially. You have access to infinite resources always, infinite power, infinite love, infinite money, infinite help, infinite abundance. Just try to feel the sense of abundance. And I want you to feel like this is your true, authentic state, because it is. Lack, limitations, scarcity are completely made up by the mind. You're going to let those go, and you're going to make the commitment now that no matter what your circumstances, you're going to practice feeling that you are 100% safe in the flow of unlimited abundance. Live in that feeling now. And the next step, the final step, is to let it all go, because that's what you have to do. The universe will handle the details. The universe will show you the open door, how to proceed. Just let go of all control of your life, because there's nothing to control your life for. Whatever you create, it's not going to make you happy. Happiness comes from within. Happiness is knowing how to manage your state. Happiness is surrendering to God with perfect trust. Surrender to the universe with perfect trust. Let go of control. Let go of attachment. And that lets you experience all the joy. All the joy that you want to experience comes from just letting go and trusting, not by controlling your circumstances and making them line up a certain way. Feel a sense of complete letting go, trusting yourself to God, that reality is love itself, that the truth is love, that you're totally provided for, totally safe. You don't have to worry about any mistakes. Whatever's taken from you is going to come back. Whatever happens, it's always going to have a higher purpose. Everything is always going to be perfect. You have nothing to be afraid of. Feel the sense of totally letting go as you take a nice deep breath. When your lungs are filled, hold your breath for 3 seconds and then exhale. And I'd like to see some comments in the chat room. You can either speak your comments or questions or share them. We're going to take a little break from meditating before we go into the temple meditation, which is going to be something we're going to do this evening. It's going to give you a big commitment. So does anybody have any questions or comments they'd like to share? Is anybody there? Who would like to say something? How did your experience of the method go, Justin? That felt so good in my body. Good. Felt good in my body too. Here's another one. Today I'm having a hard time tuning in to the show, to yourself. Tuning in last 3 weeks, it felt great. Okay, all right. So today you're feeling some sense of blockage to it. All right. So I am going to talk with you for a little while. Then we're going to do the temple meditation. So the theme for today's presentation is you being aware that how you feel is your state of consciousness, right? It's not about how a relationship is going, although that may trigger you. It's not about, you look into the future, you say, what kind of a summer am I going to have, right? And if you envision yourself having a bad summer, not only do you feel bad, but you start manifesting the problems you're visualizing, right? If you imagine yourself moving to a new city and you start worrying about what might go wrong, or maybe I'd be better off if I would have stayed, but I already made my decision. What am I going to do now? All of that, whenever you're getting into indecision, it's because you're placing too much importance on the outer world. It doesn't matter which decision you can make. You cannot make a decision that will save you from facing the biggest challenges. Doesn't matter which path you take. Doesn't matter which decision you make, because whatever decision you make, life is going to present you with the biggest challenges to your ability to manage your state. That's the way the universe is set up. The universe is set up to give you the experiences you need to see, where do I have to improve my mastery of my state of consciousness? Where am I losing my peace and poise? Where am I getting reactive? Where am I feeling unhappy? Where am I feeling stressed? You're always going to get exactly what you need to face for you to graduate to the next level. It's all about mastering your state of consciousness. In the ancients used to call it the magical agent, because your state of consciousness is what creates everything. Because of all the work I've done in the method, I'm able to live in this free, beautiful, happy, delightful state just about. I can maybe experience minor annoyance. I may find myself feeling a little anxiety triggered off. I might find myself feeling a little discomfort in relation to certain people who triggered off some traumas that are not 100% freed from this life or previous lives. But 98% of the time, I'm feeling really fine. Why? Because I don't base how I'm feeling on anything outside of me. And I have mastered the ability to recognize and let go of a disturbing thought. So that's the practice that is absolutely essential for our liberation from, I call it, for lack of a kinder, softer phrase, liberation from hell, is your relentless practice on being aware of what you're thinking and letting go of any thought that makes you feel badly, right? And then practicing maintaining your peace and your poise and your harmony in the present moment, so you never get into a frenzy. You know, maybe you have kids and you got to get them out for school in the morning. Peace and punctuality, that's it, right? As soon as you start to as soon as you start to hurry, as soon as you start to multitask, as soon as you start to fret about things, right? You're losing your state. Your state manifests your fate. That's why you were always working on maintaining inner peace, inner calm, inner joy, inner harmony, to be in a place of love. There's nothing outside of you that needs you to work hard to change it. Your state is a reflection, your fate is a reflection of your state, your future, what you're going to happen to you. If you're in a discombobulated emotional state because you've been rushing or trying to get to the next meeting fast, why are you rushing? Because you imagine, if I don't go to the next meeting, it's be catastrophe. If I do get to the next meeting, I'm going to be on easy street. Whether you get to that next meeting or not, you're going to find yourself challenged to master your state. And when you meet that, as you work on mastering your state, using the practices we're doing, you start finding feeling better and better, and better and better. Now, sometimes you feel even worse because you're opening up to stuff that's in there. Whenever a negative feeling is coming up, it's because it's coming up to be dealt with, to be released. It's not like it's coming in and now you're having a worse condition. You celebrate when you're feeling anxious. You celebrate when you're feeling fearful. You celebrate when you're feeling despair, because it means this is stuff you've been carrying around inside of you. And as you use the method to release it, you release all the energy trapped in there. And as you release the energy trapped in negativity, that energy automatically flows into a joyful, more conscious state of being. And the energy flowing through your consciousness expands and intensifies. And you start finding that just because of the nature of your force field, the circumstances of your life become more harmonious, more orderly, more beautiful. Things just fall into place without even making effort, just because of the nature of your force field. Once you start experiencing this, you just want more and more. And you can get as much as you want. You have infinite power locked up within you, divine energy. You are a divine being. You're not a human being. You're a divine being living in the flesh. You are a divine being with unlimited creative power. And from your state, you create the state of divinity within you by being conscious of God as a perfect being, as I am a perfect being. So here's where the temple meditation can be helpful. There are two basic ways we use the temple meditation. One is for clearing, and one is for commitment. For clearing, if you get to a point in the method where, let's say you're feeling stuck, I can't feel love for myself. Or let's say you're feeling stuck, I can't feel self-value. Or let's say you're feeling stuck in abundance, I can't feel abundant. Maybe feeling stuck, I can't surrender, can't let go. When you're feeling stuck, either just keep going through it, work through the method, even if it doesn't feel like you're making it work very well. Or, and we can also say, and incorporate the temple meditation, which I'm going to guide you on. And then you go back to the method. After you do the temple meditation, you go back to the step you got stuck on and see if you can do better there, or you just move on. Either one, it's up to you. The temple meditation for commitment is very powerful. Once you make a commitment, your subconscious responds to that commitment as if it is divine will. If you say, I am committed to freeing my consciousness from the external world so that I can live in an abundant state of peace and harmony and love unconditionally, and I truly commit to that, it's going to happen. Now, how long it takes to happen depends on many factors, but it doesn't matter, because as we're going to learn in future sessions, you're going to learn to throw time out the window. You don't need time. You're an eternal being. You have forever to create whatever you want. Death is an illusion. You're going to experience all of that. You're going to experience yourself as an immortal, working on an endless creative process that just brings more and more joy into your life. So when you want to commit, which is what we're going to do now, you can use the temple meditation to make that commitment. So for those of you who want to make the commitment, who want to really make the change, to make the transition, to be a master of your state of consciousness, and to stop being dependent on what external events, including money. See, when as long as you depend on money, the money's in control. Once you're no longer dependent on money, you're in control of the money. You will manifest all you want, always. It'll just come. You'll just have an abundance of supply, always. And if you don't have the supply to buy something, it means you really don't need it. Just let it go. It's not necessary. If you do have the supply to buy it and you don't want to buy it, you don't have to buy it, right? But you'll always have all the supply you need and all the supply you could want in order to expand and experience the full divine potential of your being. So if you're ready to make the commitment to master your state of consciousness and to be independent, I want you to use the temple that I'm going to guide you through. Use the temple meditation on that. If you're not sure yet that you want to make that kind of commitment, just go through the temple meditation and I'll give you some hints on how to use it in a more general way. So what I want you to do right now is I want you to imagine yourself in a beautiful temple. This is with your eyes closed. There's some visualization involved in this, a little bit more, but it's still a feeling exercise. And in that temple, you see a flame upon an altar. You walk over to the altar, and the flame gives you a sense of sacredness, of splendor and sacredness. And I want you to reach deep down inside of yourself, like you're doing psychic surgery, like your hands are going inside your body, pulling out from within you anything that is blocking you from being a master of consciousness, anything that is blocking you from experiencing total, perfect joy, peace, and faith. Pull out any blockage. Take a look at what it looks like in your hands. Don't label it. Just notice in your imagination what this blockage looks like in your hands. And in any blockage to joy, to peace, to abundance, to love, look at it in your hand. Place it in the fire. And I want you to feel, on a feeling level, feel that fire within you, burning it away. Imagine the sound of the simmering and the hissing and the sparks, right? You see the smoke, you smell the burning, and you feel within yourself, within your heart, that this fire is cleansing and purifying you of anything that's blocking you from being a master of your consciousness, from experiencing total and perfect peace, profound, total faith in God, total faith in what's in control, total faith in life. Anything blocking you is now burned away. Now you see a beautiful pool. Dive into the pool. As you're immersed in the water, again, reach deep down inside yourself. From you, any blockage to your peace, harmony, and joy in the present moment. Any blockage to you mastering your consciousness, give it to the water. See the water flowing it away. See whatever this dark thing was that was inside of you, see it going way down the drain. Feel the water in your heart, washing you clean, washing you clear. Now you step out of the water and you feel a breeze blowing upon you, right? And as you feel this breeze blowing upon you, again, reach deep down inside yourself. Pull out from within you anything that's blocking your sense of total abundance, total freedom, total mastery of consciousness. All the childhood programming, all the programming from past lives, anything negative in there, pull it out, give it to the breeze, and watch it flowing it away. And feel that wind inside your heart, inside your soul, inside your body, blowing you clean and clear. And now you sit down upon the earth. You imagine yourself sitting directly on the earth in a garden. And you feel the magnetic energy of the earth drawing upon the cells in your body drawing upon the cellular memory, clearing your body. As you reach inside your body, you give to this magnetic energy of the earth anything that's been blocking you from experiencing total abundance, total peace, total love, total faith, total safety, total empowerment. And all those blockers are going down into the earth is happy to receive it from you because the earth will turn it into new life. And you feel that earth energy filling you up in your body, making you a temple of perfect peace, perfect God-centeredness. And now you see a table, and the table is fit for a queen, for a king. And you go, you find yourself at your place at the table. You place your hands upon the table, and you see a beautiful loaf of bread. And as you see that bread, you experience total abundance, the infinite abundance of God's love. You can feel within yourself that God's love for you, which is infinite, is your ever providing source of unlimited abundance, that within you is the power to manifest any amount of money you can ever want. There's no need to want anything. Allow yourself to experience yourself right now in the state of complete abundance. Once again, just feel that state. You don't have to visualize dollars, just feel the sense. Use your feelings. Now, you see a light. And as that light shines, as you see that light shines, you walk toward the light. And as you walk toward the light, you find yourself in front of a giant candelabra with 7 burning candles. And in that light, you experience the state of divine enlightenment. No mysteries. You see with the mind of God. All the mysteries are dissolved. You see the truth that sets you free. Complete and perfect truth. Just feel the sense, to the best of your ability, of feeling truth that sets you free. And now you beautiful incense burning. And you follow the smoke to the source. And you see this brazier with this incense burning, and your heart is filled with gratitude. Feel your heart right now filled with overwhelming gratitude to the divine for setting you free of the blockage, so that you're no longer projecting the cause of your state of consciousness outside of you. You're totally working on managing and maintaining a perfect inner state. Feel total infinite gratitude to God for being completely set free, the deepest level of gratitude you can feel. And finally, you see a veil parting. And whenever you see an opening, that's the universe saying, you're invited in here, there's your opportunity. And you walk through the veil, and you find yourself in a room filled with light, filled with divine presence. I want you to feel the sense of divine presence of God, the infinite of God, not just filling you up, but filling you as you. As you silently state the words, I am, you feel your oneness with the divine, that God and you are one. You're no longer projecting any separation between you and God. You are God having the dream of your present state of reality. Feel the sense of being God. Feel the sense of being one with infinite power. Feel that your consciousness, your power to be conscious, is the infinite power of the divine that is yours to learn how to master, to learn how to work with. Feel that sense of oneness with God as you take a nice deep breath. Hold your breath for 3 seconds, and then exhale. Okay, so we've done a lot of inner work today, and you should applaud yourself. This takes effort. This is the only real work you're ever going to have to do in life. Everything else is going to be easy, cheesy, just go through the flow of it. You're going to be able to do what's simple and easy. You're going to see doors of opportunity open. Anything you want to have in life, you create, right? You create. If there's something that you want, know it, and then just trust that it's inevitable. If you can't trust it, use the method, use the temple meditation. It's inevitable. Then open up. What can I do? What's some simple, easy, pleasant thing I can do for it? And you'll see an opportunity, take a little bit of an action. And you'll see, oh, I can beat myself up and tell myself this is not good enough. But that's a negative state of consciousness. See, we don't create because we think that, well, if I create this new house, or if I create this new relationship, or if I create this pile of money, I'll be happy. Because you won't. You're going to be faced with as many challenges there as you have here. You're always going to be challenged. That's why we incarnate, to grow from the challenge. That's why the state of the world is in the condition that it's in. People say the government is falling apart. That's because you don't need the government. All you have to do is master your state of consciousness. All these divine spiritual mysteries that have been kept hidden for thousands and thousands of years are now being opened and revealed because we need them. You can't count on the corporation. You can't count on the government. You don't need to. You can't count on a religious institution, but you don't need to anymore. Now it's time for you to actualize the full divine potential of your being. I am the creator. And the first place I create is from my state of feeling. And if I'm feeling calm, centered, content, and secure, automatically conditions consistent with those feelings must manifest. That's how it works. And you'll be guided to take the actions that are yours to take to help the manifestation process. A door will open. And then if you start wondering, well, should I walk through the door? What happens if I walk through the door and I like where I was better? That's all imaginary. That has nothing to do with reality. Whether you walk through the door or not, you're going to be facing challenges. If you don't walk through the door, doors will stop opening for you. That's okay. You'll deal with that. Wherever you are in life, the gates of return are always open. So the inner work that you're doing is important. It's also important that as you create, we create for the joy of creating. We're creative beings. We love to be productive. We love to be creative. But you don't have to work hard at it. You want to work in an easy, gentle way so that you're enjoying the journey as much as you think, because you're not going to enjoy the outcome. You want to stay detached, unattached to the outcome, because whatever you accomplish, let's say you make $10 million. If you're that $10 million is a source of fear, not freedom. Let's say you attract the perfect partner and you're afraid you're going to lose that person. If you're afraid you're going to lose that person, the relationship is not a source of freedom, it's a source of fear. So we've made the commitment using the temple meditation that we are committed as a group to work on our consciousness. Now, as everyone in this group, or the majority of us, as we make this commitment, we're working together now. We're helping each other. This is a conscious community that's uplifting the consciousness of ourselves and the whole world. As we do this inner work, the temple meditation, the method, practicing maintaining conscious control of your state of consciousness, that where you're at is up to you. It's not up to what's going on outside. You're working on maintaining your peace, your poise, your harmony, fulfillment, right where you are. You're not ever looking forward to anything happening, because whatever happens, you're going to be faced with as much challenge as opportunity. When you're facing a big challenge, it means however big the challenge, that's how big the opportunity is. You know why I have a C on my cap? It's not for Chicago. It's because people ask me, are you a Democrat or Republican? You know what I tell them? I'm a cosmocrat, right? I work with the cosmos. I understand that the universe is a material system governed by an invisible body of law and order and power. And we call that God. But it's a system. It's a mathematical system. The ancient Greeks called it the sphiros. It's a perfect mathematical system of absolute infinite love that is at the underlying root of creation. So all the changes you see in the material world are just form changing form, always guided by love. So the universe is in the process of dissolving any problem you have. You don't have to get attached to anything. The universe is in the process of dissolving the current condition in order to make space for a greater condition to be. And then that greater condition will dissolve and there'll be something else that dissolves. So right now we're pretty much witnessing the dissolving of Western civilization, right? And there's so many things you can worry about. Oh, what if I get that virus? Or what if, what if there's no more democracy, right? Or whatever it is that you're concerned about is out there. Your concern itself is a negative state you're putting yourself into. You say, well, won't it make me safe if I'm aware of these things? Be aware of what's happening, but don't hold on to the problem. Then let it go so that you can be guided by the solution. Because the universe is in the process of resurrection, of creating a new and in a greater state, whatever's being lost. Everything has to be lost in order to come back at a higher level. And when you learn to have trust in the process, you can just trust the coming and the going. And you know that, hey, if I'm going through a tough time, that's okay. It gives me the opportunity to make a lot of progress. See? So there's always this beautiful balance. The universe is governed by this invisible system that is all about one thing: loving you, giving you everything your heart desires, right? It's all coming. When is it going to come? Doesn't matter. Let go of time. Just trust that everything is coming in its own perfect timing, and give yourself permission to enjoy yourself along the way. That's how you get into heaven. Right now, you get into heaven by letting go of your life, letting go of your problems, letting go of your worries, and just allowing yourself to be at peace. Enjoy now. Allow it. And if it's not happening, we do the method, we do the temple meditation to get free until we're free. Okay. Questions? Questions and comments. You can write them in or you can speak them over the phone, but let's have some energy exchange now. I've given a lot. And in order for me to give more, it would help me to have a sense of what you're experiencing. Do we have access to the temple meditation? Yes. And I can work that out with Lisa on how to get that to you. She may have a recording of it. You now have a recording of it here. And I think somewhere I have it in writing that I can make. Now I have another one that says, I want to share. And
I can, what I'll do is I'll unmute her so that she can talk. So give
okay.
me 1 second. And then as far as the temple meditation, what I can do is I can, you guys will obviously have access to the video after, but what I'll try to do is cut it out so that you'll just have the meditation part of it. I probably won't be able to get that for you tomorrow, but I will try to get it to you by the end of the week. But we'll make sure that we get that to you definitely. So let me get Tammy in here. Hold on 1 second.
Someone's asking, how do I unmute?
I'm going to do that right now.
And someone said, when you talk, I can feel the truth of what you're saying. So can I.
Okay, Tammy, you can go ahead and talk. You should be able to talk. Can you hear you?
Is Tammy speaking?
Yeah, I don't hear her. Oh, is your microphone on? I have you unmuted.
For some reason that can, maybe she type in the question. I don't, or the
Yeah, we don't hear you talking. You're unmuted, but for some reason you're not coming.
Maybe her computer is muted?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, she's unmuted right now.
Is that Tammy whose image I'm seeing?
Yeah, that's Tammy right there. Yep.
I see the thumbs. So she can't share orally.
Yeah,
But
I have her unmuted, but for some reason, her microphone's not working.
she may have to unmute her computer, someone said.
Yeah, maybe.
No.
Are you speaking? No, microphone's not working.
Okay. Can somebody else share? And maybe Tammy can just write in what she'd like to share. Can someone else share or add question, concern, a direction you'd like me to go in? Where you want to go from here in terms of your consciousness? Does anybody like to share? I don't know if it's okay. How come I can feel it sometimes and then forget it within minutes? Well, I'm not sure if you mean like after the method, you can feel the bliss, the peace, the harmony coming in, and then forget it within minutes. So one of the things you want to practice, and I've been remiss about saying this, is I usually say this to people who are just beginning with the method, if I remember, is that you want to practice after you do the method, and you want to practice this all the time, staying in touch with your feelings, because it's only you who can make yourself feel bad. And so if you're feeling harmonious and blissful and content and safe, and then all of a sudden you're not, it's because either a thought occurred to you, or you had a habitual emotional reaction, or you started moving too quickly. You want to start practicing being aware of how you feel in the moment, so that you can see how only you can take yourself out of the feeling of, let's say, being loved. You know, a lot of people have these fears of being abandoned and unloved. Whatever you went through in childhood, you put yourself into the internal state you went into because you didn't know any better. And eventually we'll maybe discuss how that happens. But any internal state you're having, you're putting yourself into by practicing meditating, meaning just taking time to sit and watch how you think and feel, practicing being conscious of your feelings all day, practicing not getting lost in thought during the day, you keep battling to keep your attention in the present moment, you'll notice how you get you out of your harmony. And then you'll come up with a choice. So everybody goes to this crossroads where you realize, wow, I really do have a choice. I can feel good or I can feel bad. What do I put my faith in? And believe it or not, a lot of people put their faith in feeling bad. They think they have to hurry and worry and get depressed and feel overwhelmed and feel angry and frustrated to be responsible. And yet that is what's destroying the world, because it's the exact opposite that works. When you feel content, when you feel one with God, when you feel supported, when you feel safe, and eventually you're going to have the experience of cosmic consciousness where you know God is love. You know the basis of reality is love. It's not going to be believing. It's not going to be guesswork. And when you have that experience, you find that works. Joy is the true currency. The more joyful you are, the better off you're going to be on every single level on the outer world. And the more challenging it is to feel joy, the more you accomplish by going through the method until the joy is there. I see Janice said that made a big difference. The temple meditation, I can hold the energy for a day, but yes, I lose the ability to maintain the positivity. So again, you don't lose it. It's just not noticing how you take yourself out of it. How do you take yourself out of the peace and the joy? By thinking thoughts that disturb you, by going into habitual emotional states of stress and strain, by moving too fast, by taking on too many projects at once, multitasking, right? By having an automatic reaction to something somebody says. So we take 100% accountability for our state. If somebody says something to me and they say, Bob, you're a jerk, and I feel insulted by that, I don't blame the person. I thank the person, because this gives me an opportunity to see what I do to myself in response to the words I hear. And I don't have to punish myself. If I love myself enough, I don't punish myself with negativity anymore. If I am punishing myself with negativity, because that's all negativity is meaning you're punishing yourself because you don't believe you deserve to be happy. If I'm punishing myself with negativity, I do the method over and over again until I'm free from that self-punishment and I'm back in the bliss. Follow when you're in the bliss. Make sure you're paying close attention to how you feel, so you can see how you take yourself out of it. Now, we have a nice thing from Tammy. This is from Tammy. So in the last 12 days, I've received a tax refund, and it was $1,500 more than expected. Woohoo! Received another check for $400. Yes. In addition, I just received 6 Reiki clients and an individual who allowed me to use her space free of charge. These are the miracles, Tammy. This is the stuff that comes as you live in joy. Guaranteed, promise you. Relationships is smoother, and I have had all my clients call and express tremendous gratitude. You saved my life, they say. It's been an incredible shift. I love identify my negative thoughts and process the method. Awesome. Thank you so much, Bob. Yes, Tammy, that is exactly how it works, and you ain't seen nothing yet. You're going to find your whole life opening up to where you will have the experience, and this happens to all of us. You have this remarkable, almost supernatural experience where you realize, wow, I'm in heaven. This is the kingdom of heaven on earth. And the same rules that apply to heaven apply here. It just takes a little bit of time. So just keep working. If something does come up that knocks you off your balance, great, embrace it. Do the work upon it, and you'll find that afterwards your joy and your liberation are greater than they were before it happened. It's a never-ending process.
Can you hear me now?
I can. It's a never-ending process. It's a never-ending process of liberating more and more joy, more and more consciousness, more and more mastery of consciousness. You're dealing with infinite power. God has come here to school through you. And you're dealing with infinite power, and you want it to be guided by love and guided by love of yourself. And that means you never entertain a negative thought, because what is thought is brought. And here's someone else who says, I feel like I'm on a roller coaster of emotion. Yesterday, all day, I was experiencing joy and connected with the universe and love. And today, I can't shake anxiety. Fabulous. That's great news, because this gives you the opportunity to use the method over and over again. over and over again until you finally feel yourself free. When you're going through the downs, it's time to work through those downs. Don't reject them. Feel your feelings. But this is what the method is something to use, not something to believe in, not something to preach. And again, I want to remind everybody, do not talk about anything that you're not already fully utilizing. You don't want to lose the power of enthusiasm by telling you, oh, I found this great teacher, and I found this great teaching, and it's so extraordinary. I just love it so much. And then what happens is you've just lost the power to apply it, because you got to apply it when you're in this time, when you're going through the down of the roller coaster. All that's happening is you're being given the opportunity to liberate more power, more joy by using the method, using the temple meditation until you get out. You don't have to carry around these states of suffering for long periods of time. How do I stop allowing other people's opinions from affecting our lives? Okay, this will be what we close on. Thank you so much for these questions. They give me so much more traction to work with, to be more helpful to you. So, never waste a thought thinking about what somebody else thinks about you. You do not have to prove yourself. You only have to be yourself. Okay? So nobody's opinion has any power over you. You say, yeah, but if they talk bad behind my back, I might lose my job. Or if they talk bad behind my back, my neighbors won't like me anymore, or my kids might not like me. You're giving it power with your imagination. Okay? Never think of anyone having any power over you. As soon as you start worrying about what another person is up to, you're taking your power and you're giving it to that person. As my teacher used to say, in all things, MYOB, meaning mind your own business, right? If you're thinking about someone else putting you down, you're creating it. Recognize what you're thinking about and work to let go of the thought of somebody doing anything in this world that you don't like. Because every time you think about it, you're giving your creative energy to it. If you recognize that you heard somebody said, this person said something about me, great, okay, you've got the information, now let it go and say, what is the wise way to deal with this? What is the wise way to proceed? Because you're not going to reap what they sow. You're going to reap what you sow. So watch what you're sowing. Watch what you're sowing with your feelings, actions, speech, and thoughts. Those are your 4 creative forces to get anywhere fast. Feelings, actions, speech, and thoughts. What you do with your feelings, actions, speech, and thoughts determines what happens to you, not what other people do. If you imagine they have it and you use logic to defend it, you're making yourself into a victim. That's you misusing your state of consciousness. You can get free if you're stuck in that feeling of feeling victimized by another. Use the method until you're free. And I see, Kelly, we're out of time. So I want to thank everybody. And Janice said, thank you so much, Bob. And thank you so much, Janice. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in again. I know this is work, and we've accomplished a lot in our meditations tonight. So I just want you to know I love you dearly. I love you deeply. I love you truly. I love you wholly. I love you completely. And I know that you are God. Enjoy this week, and I look forward to seeing you next week.
Great. Thank you so much, Bob. Have a wonderful night. Have a good night, everybody.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.